we are on a roll. Check it out. We got the Worker Phoenix 2.0. This thing's hot. This thing is hot. It is fresh, being shipped out to a bunch of people. So some of you guys, well, depending on when you watch this, probably have a couple of these on order. This is, man, when it comes to a nasty blaster, this thing is no joke. The best thing that I can compare this thing to is probably the Dart Zone MK3. Somewhere right in that category. I mean, you step up to something like this, you're kind of in a different level than a lot of the normal foam-flinging blasters that are out there. So, first things first, let's just hop in and take a look at the box. Check it out. The box is underwhelming. I'm going to give you that, You're just like, all right, cool. Toucher, Fashion, Hunter, Phoenix 2.0. All right. Nothing too crazy on the back. I mean, it's pretty basic. A lot of the worker stuff usually comes like that, where the box doesn't really show what the thing is all about. But still, box, nothing too crazy. Let's check what's inside the box. So, boom. You got the kind of the instruction pamphlet. This is pretty good because it goes over some of the stuff about this that you may oversee when you're looking at it. But for the most part, just kind of glaze over it. Nothing too crazy. You got the blaster. I got mine in the cool blue. You got darts. It comes with 10 of the Worker Gen 3s. You got the mag. And, of course, you got the front suppressor as well as the front foregrip. So in the box, you are going to need your own battery. That's the first thing that we want to go over, because anytime you get a blaster that requires some type of batteries or a battery pack, it's kind of hard. What do you get? What's going to fit? What's not going to fit? So right out of the gate, this is required. Well, it wants an 11.1 volt battery packed with an XT60 connector, but to be honest, you are perfectly fine putting a 2S LiPo 7.4 volt in here as well. I've done both. And depending on kind of what your league or what you're playing with your friends, whatever they require on FPS, because, right, the more voltage you're going to shoot through here, you're going to be hitting a lot harder, which you guys will see. So you can adjust that to whatever you like. Personally, I like the 7.4 volt because you start shooting roughly about like the 120-ish, 118 FPS comparison to, yes, the 3S. I mean, that thing is rocking almost 170, and I'm like, ooh, that's a little too much for a lot of my friends. So I also have a few pictures here, again, of kind of a 7.4 volt LiPo battery pack in here, as well as a 1500 milliamp 11.1 volt LiPo in here. And these are your classic nanotech batteries, nothing crazy, and they fit great. They're not stretching, they're not like jammed in there, they fit great. And you are going to get, depending on how long you rev this thing, you'll get a lot of about 14 to 15, depending on your battery capacity, I got about 15 mags out of this, and it was still running strong. It was running super strong. So I just want to throw that out there because that's a pretty big deal, especially for, some of you guys who maybe this is your first electronic blaster. You got to make sure you get the right LiPo as well as a charger if you guys don't already have it. Now, let's hop right over the darts because the darts aren't too, crazy with this thing. You get 10 of the Worker Gen 3s. These are your classic Gen 3s. I really wish they would have given you 20 because the magazine holds 18. So I ended up using some Adventure Force stuff as well as some Dart Zone darts, and they all seem to shoot about the same. I didn't notice any type of FPS increase juggling between those darts. So, yeah, I wish, again, come on, Worker, give us 20. Give us as much as the mag has. Now, looking at this thing in your hand, man, it feels premium. I'm telling you that right now. It feels so good. All of these blasters that I've been testing lately just feel so good. But this, man, they've done it right. That grip, for a smaller nerfer, it might be a little large because it's actually a slight tad large for me. But still, look at that thing. It just looks so good. On the top, again, I'm just going to quickly show where the batteries go. You just pop the two little bolts out. Fits right in there. Now, if you do have the MOSFET version, this battery top is going to be a little bit different. And we actually do have the MOSFET version coming, so it probably should be here in maybe a week or two. So just keep that in mind. Right in the front, you do have that muzzle. And I wish mine was orange. I'm definitely going to swap this out for orange. On the box, it's orange, but I got a black one, and I just don't like that by any means. You do have one tactical rail on the top here, which is removable, and it looks like, just looking at it, I don't know, you could probably add something else there. If someone were to 3D print some type of mount or something else there, so I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. We'll check that out. On the back, it does have the adjustable stock. All you have to do is push the two sides, slide it in and out. It does have technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions that you can pick, so you can pick and choose what fits you best, and that's what I like most. The magazine release, super easy. It's over here on the right-hand or left-hand side of the blaster, and it's, it works pretty well. Most of these blasters that I see, the magazine kind of sticks for a little bit, right? It kind of sticks, then it comes out. It sticks, but this one right out of the gate, I mean, you push that button and the thing is just sliding right out. Now, the magazines itself, yes, these are 18 rounds, and they are angled, so you cannot use any of the standard straight up and down worker mags that you have. So probably pick up maybe an extra 1 or 2 of these, kind of up to you guys on, if you, but this thing, since it is full auto, I recommend probably picking up at least another mag, at least one more, just again to kind of, maintain, because if you just got one, it is not going to be good. The front grip feels really good. Nice, bulky, matches the color. It does come off with the little thumb presser on the back. You push that thumb presser and just release, and it releases that little clip that is on the top. So it's not a set it and forget it like some other blasters you kind of see on the actual market. So the grip, I got to talk about this. Look at that. Whew. Those are those premium grips that you see on some of like the Dart Zone Pro stuff, where it's high end when they give you that grip and you're going to be out there running around. You want to have that kind of, gosh, it's a nice textured grip. It is very hard to explain, but it's just like a lot of the Dart Zone Pro stuff, the very high end stuff that you see. So, yeah, really, really good. Now, let's just go in and shooting this thing so you guys can kind of check this thing out. Now, the biggest thing here is I did swap between a 3S and a 2S. And, yeah, I mean, I'm going to go 2S all day long. 3S is, again, you can see here, that shoots way, way too hard for my liking. Anything typically over 140, man, I just don't want to shoot anybody unless you're shooting super, super far away. Now, again, it is kind of raining outside, so, hey, I'm just going to do it here in the garage, but one day I will go back outside and shoot it at the range. But you can hear here, I mean, the full auto, it's okay. It's about on par with the MK3. It's not just a Lepus style full auto, but it is still pretty fast. And then you can do also single shots. You can do double shots. You can do bursts. And it is actually pretty easy to do 3-round bursts and 2-round bursts and single shots with the way that this automatic pusher is set up. Again, I recommend 2S on this, but again, you guys can tell the difference in the wind speed between a 2 and a 3S LiPo. Now, the MOSFET version, you'll be able to select and do bursts and all of this stuff. I do have that coming. It's going to be a completely separate blaster. This way I can keep this blaster the version it is and then show you guys kind of a comparison between the MOSFET version. But there you go. I mean, see, nothing too crazy when it comes to this blaster. It shoots extremely hard. Now, one of the nice things about this is right here in the front, it's kind of hidden. There is a little kind of dial, and what this dial does is it kind of acts in twofold. One is it acts as kind of the on-off, or they call it battery storage, and the other function of it is it kind of adjusts the pusher rate. So if you turn it almost all the way down, you're not going to shoot fast at all. It's going to be like shot, 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 and if you turn it all the way up, you're going to have that max shot, 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 shot. So you can just kind of mix and match whatever works best for you up here. But again, I am super pumped for that MOSFET version so I can really control and really dial this thing. But man, guys, I tell you, some of the stuff that Worker is coming out with, especially this is just no joke. The redefinement of this from the previous gens is night and day. This, I mean, every blaster that I keep doing reviews on, every blaster is like, it just keeps getting better and better and better with every single blaster that I do a review on, and this one was no exception. I knew this was really, really good out of the gate, but I wanted to see it for myself and kind of test it, and man, coming in at 3S, shooting like that, whew, do I wish I could shoot a faster, darts per second? Yes. Do I wish it was on par with like the Lepus? You bet. Then this thing would be nuts, but I think that the controlled full auto on this at the max speed is actually a controllable full auto. I feel like with the Lepus, you had a real drastic drop in kind of the FPS when those things were coming out of there. So this, it kind of gives you all that and more. But there you go, guys. That is my 2 cents on the Worker 2.0 Phoenix. It is a nasty blaster. It is so, so good. And don't you love the color? Look at that thing. It looks so, so good. Gosh. But anyways, let me know what you guys think, or if you guys have one of these things on order. I know they are not cheap, but you know what? I personally think they're worth it. I mean, this thing is a premium product. It is definitely the upper tier of a lot of these blasters that are out in the market currently, and just looking at the detail on this thing, it is so good. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Thanks again, Fox fans.